There is a small cube that costs less than $1. You dissolve it in hot water. You apply the solution with a sponge to the inside of your oven. You wait 3 minutes, and 10 years of carbonized baked-on grease, the black layer that has survived every commercial oven cleaner spray and every self-clean cycle, wipes off with a damp cloth. No scrubbing, no steel wool, no blistered hands, no toxic sodium hydroxide fumes burning your throat for 48 hours. 3 minutes, $1. And an oven that looks like it was delivered this morning. This is not a cleaning product. It is a concentrated enzyme and surfactant delivery system designed for a completely different purpose, reformulated by necessity into the most effective degreaser on the consumer market. The active chemistry inside it is orders of magnitude more concentrated than anything sold as an oven cleaner, and it is sitting in the dish rack next to your kitchen sink. Then, someone in a corporate boardroom did the math. The household oven and kitchen cleaning product market generates over $3 billion annually in the United States alone. Oven-specific cleaners represent one of the highest margin categories in the cleaning aisle. A $1 cube that outperforms the $12 can of oven spray is not an alternative product. It is a category destroyer. And what destroys a billion-dollar category gets deliberately kept off the oven cleaner label. Welcome to Forbidden Fix. If these stories matter to you, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up what industries spent decades trying to erase. The cube is a dishwasher detergent tablet, the concentrated kind sold in multi-packs for approximately 20 to 40 cents each. And the chemistry inside it was specifically engineered to dissolve cooked-on protein and lipid deposits from surfaces, which is precisely what baked-on oven grease is. To understand why this works so dramatically better than commercial oven cleaners, you need to understand what baked-on oven grease actually is at the molecular level and why each cleaning approach interacts with it differently. When food splatters inside an oven and is repeatedly heated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and above, a complex series of chemical reactions occurs. Proteins in the splatter undergo the Maillard reaction and denature into rigid polymeric structures. Lipids undergo pyrolysis, breaking down and recombining into long-chain carbonized polymers. Sugars caramelize and then carbonize into aromatic carbon compounds. The result is not grease in the conventional sense. It is a cross-linked polymeric carbon matrix, partially oxidized, partially reduced, and bonded to the oven surface through a combination of physical adhesion and low-level carbon-metal bonding. It is essentially a form of plastic carbon composite, and this is why it is so resistant to normal cleaning. Commercial oven cleaners use sodium hydroxide, lye, as their primary active ingredient. Sodium hydroxide is a powerful base that saponifies fats, converting them into water-soluble soap. It is effective at dissolving simple grease deposits. But against the carbonized polymeric matrix of truly baked-on grease, sodium hydroxide works slowly and requires prolonged contact time. This is why commercial oven cleaners require overnight treatment, toxic fume generation, and extensive scrubbing. They are attacking the wrong molecular structure with a blunt chemical instrument. Dishwasher tablets contain a completely different and more targeted chemistry. Their primary cleaning agents include proteases, enzymes that cleave peptide bonds in protein polymers; amylases, enzymes that break glycosidic bonds in starch and sugar-derived carbonized compounds; lipases, enzymes that hydrolyze ester bonds in lipid polymers; oxygen-based bleach, typically sodium percarbonate, that generates hydrogen peroxide on contact with water, oxidatively breaking aromatic carbon compounds at the molecular level; and non-ionic surfactants that reduce surface tension, allowing the cleaning solution to penetrate the microporous carbonized layer and carry the reaction products away. This is a multi-enzyme, multi-oxidant, surfactant-assisted system attacking the baked-on carbon matrix through 4 simultaneous chemical pathways. The proteases dismantle the denatured protein components. The amylases attack the caramelized sugar derivatives. The lipases break the polymerized fat chains. The percarbonate oxidizes the aromatic carbonized structures. The surfactants lift the disrupted material off the surface and suspend it in solution for easy wiping. The effectiveness is amplified by heat. The enzymatic reactions double in rate for every 10 degrees Celsius increase in temperature. An oven that has been used recently and retains residual warmth at 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 120 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, gives the enzyme system optimal operating conditions. The combination of concentrated multi-enzyme chemistry and moderate residual heat produces a cleaning reaction that overwhelms years of carbonized buildup in minutes. Before I go further, this video covers the basic oven cleaning application. Inside the Forbidden Fix vault, I have compiled complete household cleaning chemistry guides covering enzyme applications for every surface type, percarbonate bleach usage ratios for fabric, tile, and grout, and outdoor furniture, and the concentrated cleaning formulas that commercial kitchen cleaning crews use to turn around industrial equipment in minutes that home products take hours to clean. The link is in the description. But stay right here because the oven cleaner industry's business model deserves a closer examination. Commercial kitchen cleaning industries have used enzyme-based cleaning systems for industrial kitchen equipment since the 1970s. The food service industry, hospital kitchen facilities, and military-based dining facilities all use enzyme-based degreasers as the standard. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has approved enzyme-based cleaning agents for use in food processing facilities under its Good Manufacturing Practices guidelines since the 1980s, because they are more effective, safer for food contact surfaces, and leave lower toxic residue than sodium hydroxide-based cleaners. Every professional chef who has worked in a commercial kitchen has seen enzyme-based degreasers dissolve overnight carbonized buildup in minutes. This chemistry is not secret. It is the industry standard in professional applications. It is simply sold to consumers in a different package and for a completely different stated purpose. The oven cleaner market is one of the more cynical consumer product categories in household chemistry. The primary products sold, sodium hydroxide spray in a pressurized can, produces toxic chlorine and alkali fumes that require ventilation, gloves, and eye protection. The EPA lists it as a hazardous household chemical. The label warns against use around children and pets. The instructions require overnight treatment for severely soiled ovens. And after all of this risk and inconvenience, the result is often incomplete, with scrubbing required to remove the residue that the lye liquefied but did not fully release. Meanwhile, a 30-cent dishwasher tablet dissolved in hot water and applied for 3 minutes accomplishes a more complete cleaning with no toxic fumes, no overnight wait, and no scrubbing. The chemical complexity required to deliver that result exists in every box of dishwasher tablets in every home. It was never marketed for ovens, because the oven cleaner aisle was already generating reliable revenue from an inferior product. If you have made it this far, you understand more about enzyme chemistry and oven soil composition than 99% of people who have worn rubber gloves and held their breath over a can of lye spray. Subscribe and share. One share is one fewer can of toxic oven spray sold. Here is exactly how to do it. Step 1. Ensure the oven has cooled to warm, not hot. Approximately 50 degrees Celsius or 120 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal. The residual warmth activates the enzymatic reaction. Step 2. Fill a bowl with very hot tap water. Drop 1 concentrated dishwasher tablet into the water. Allow it to dissolve for 1 minute. The water will become milky with the enzyme and percarbonate solution. Step 3. Dip a sponge or cloth into the solution and apply generously to the interior oven surfaces. The bottom, the sides, the door glass, and the oven racks. Coat everything with the solution. Step 4. Close the oven door. Wait 3 minutes. Do not heat the oven. The residual warmth plus the tablet solution does the work. Step 5. Open the oven and wipe with a clean, damp cloth. The carbonized grease will release from the surface and lift onto the cloth. For heavy multi-year buildup, a second application dissolves the remaining layer. Step 6. For oven racks, submerge them in a bathtub or a large basin of hot water with 2 to 3 dissolved tablets. Let them soak for 30 minutes. The carbonized buildup will lift off with minimal agitation. Step 7. Wipe all surfaces with a clean, damp cloth and then a dry cloth. No rinsing with harsh chemicals needed. Total cost, 30 to 60 cents per oven cleaning session. Compare that to the $12 can of oven spray that requires protective equipment and overnight treatment. I need to be honest with you. This method works extraordinarily well on ovens with standard lipid, protein, and sugar-based baked-on soiling, which describes the vast majority of residential oven contamination. For ovens with enamel surfaces that are chipped or damaged, the percarbonate bleach component may lighten or slightly bleach the exposed substrate beneath the enamel. Test on an inconspicuous area first. This method requires a warm oven for optimal enzymatic activity. On a completely cold oven, the enzymes are still active but slower, requiring 10 to 15 minutes of contact time instead of 3. Self-cleaning ovens that use pyrolytic cleaning at over 800 degrees Fahrenheit do clean effectively through combustion, but only if the door seal is intact. A failed door seal on a self-cleaning cycle is a fire and toxic fume hazard. And if your oven has a severe charcoal level carbonization on the heating elements themselves, physical removal and replacement of the element may be necessary. Enzymatic cleaners should not be applied directly to electrical heating elements or exposed wiring. Your mother cleaned the oven without protective equipment, not because oven cleaning was simpler then, because dishwasher tablets did not exist yet, but she used the same enzyme and carbonate chemistry in powder form and knew intuitively that hot water and concentrated dish chemistry cut grease better than any specialty product. Then the cleaning industry invented a specialist product for every surface in your kitchen. A different spray for the stovetop, a different gel for the oven, a different powder for the dishwasher, a different cream for the stainless steel, all sold separately, all requiring separate purchases, all generating separate revenue streams. And the 30-cent cube that outperforms all of them was never included in the comparison chart. There was not a better cleaner, there was just a more profitable one. Subscribe and share. Every share preserves what they tried to erase. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside might explain how a pantry staple helps you pass an emissions test that a mechanic quoted $400 to fit.